So for 5, 6, and 7 on this story problem, it's a zip line problem that we pulled out of the geometry book. Okay? And they gave a ratio of 3 to 5 as your fall. Okay? Your fall ratio is 3 to 5. And they said that the zip line base was 90 feet from base to base. Right? And they said that the base is 20 feet off the ground. And eventually they want to know how high is it. And then they want to know a linear equation. So when you see that word linear, what do you think? A line, yeah. And you should think y equals mx plus b. Which makes you want to do this. Every time. You want to graph y and x. Okay? The other thing you want to do is create like a zip line. An understanding zip line. Okay, so let's say we have a zip line that starts here. Now it's going to go down, right? And at this point, we know that it's going to be 20 feet off the ground. Does that make sense? So at that point, it's 20 feet. Okay? Right, you three? You got it? You figured it all out? You just know it? Perfect.
Oh, I was born in knowing it.
I know.
That's a really
I figured
good triangle,
so.
by the way. Kudos to you.
Alright? So then, if it's 20 feet off the ground, we need to know what this is. Right? We need to know this. We need to know this. Do we know any of it? We know 90. And 90 means from the base to the base, right? So we know that this is 90. And that's huge. We actually know something else. We know this. We know that this is negative 3 and this is 5. Why do we know that that's negative 3 and 5? Why do we know this triangle right here? It's the ratio, yeah. And if that's the ratio, what else can we say that it is? Why is it negative 3? Exactly.
No, it's going down.
It's going down. Very good. Because it's going down 3, it becomes negative 3. Even though the ratio is 3 to 5, it tells us that it falls 3. So that means it's negative 3 to 5. Which means another way to write this is this way, right? And when you see a fraction and you think of a line, what do you think of? The rate of change. Good. Slope. So we should know that m is equal to negative 3 over 5. Now with that said, we should also know if y equals mx plus b, then y is equal to negative 3/5 x plus b. So we almost have the equation. We just need to know how high this is. Right? Alright. So here's the fun part. Is there a way, is there a relationship between this and this?
It's to scale.
It is to scale, yeah. They are what we call similar, right? And because they are similar, because this angle is equal to this angle, and this angle equals itself, and this angle is equal to this angle, right? Angle, angle, angle tells us that they are similar triangles. And similar triangles means they're proportionate. That means, is there a number I can multiply 5 to get me to 90? Does 5 go into 90 in other words?
Yes.
How many times?
Quite a bit.
So we would take 90, right? And take out a 5, right? So once with 4 left over, and then 8.
Is it like...
So 18 times, yeah?
I knew it was 18. I said that in my brain.
So then I'm saying, then 5 times 18 is equal to 90, right?
Yes.
Then what would 5 times 3 be?
15.
You mean 5
Wait.
times 18?
You should ask what 5 times 3 is.
No, actually, I mean 3 times 18.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Not bad. And what would 3 times 18 be?
Hold on.
So 30 plus
54.
24, good, is 54. Okay? So that means this piece right here is 54. So then what's our height? What's 54 and 20? 74. Yeah. So 54 plus 20 means that our height is 74. So the answer here is, how high is the zip line attached? 74 feet.
Yeah, boy.
So wouldn't that be our B? So our B would be y equals negative 3/5 x plus 74, right? Are we done? No, but almost, right? Now here's the other cool part. How do I find this side? If I have a triangle, right? And I know that this is 54, and I know that this is 90, can I find C?
Yeah, you could.
What do I use?
The Pythagoras theorem.
That's right. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Good. Okay. Now here's the thing. Do I need to use these big numbers, or could I use 3 and 5?
Oh yeah, you could.
Right? I could use 3 plus 5 squared is equal to C squared, right?
Yeah, and then just when you find it, multiply your C to 18.
Yes, very good. Then C times 18. Now your new C will be C times 18, right? The little c times 18. Does that make sense? So this length is actually going to be C times 18. So I get 9 plus 25 equals C squared. So 34 equals C squared. Right? Then square root both sides. So the square root of 34 is equal to C. So what is the length?
Stepping on the beach.
It would just be 18 square roots of 34. Right? So this length would be 18 square roots of 34. And then if they wanted an exact, or not exact, that is exact. But if they wanted a decimal, you would just put in 34 square root 18 square root 34, and you would get 104.957. Cool? And 7.1 if they wanted 4 places. Alright, there you go. Nice.